Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have a great and wonderful day, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream that I did yesterday on Rumble. Now, I did say I had some complications yesterday, and that was all fixed. So the next time I stream on Rumble, it should all be dookie dandy, and we should not have any problems. We should be great. We should be fantastic, and we'll have to worry about that. And of course, we did not have any videos of the day because I was streaming on Rumble. But good news, my friends, we will be doing a lot more, a lot of great jazz, a lot more fantastic stuff. Next, sometime this month, we'll do one of those for fun streams, and then we'll be doing another stream of some of the cores. I don't know when I'm going to be dual streaming on Rumble. I'm going to assume that will be sometime next month. It's just a lot of purchase and money that I have to do in order to set it up, because it's monthly type of stuff, and all that other crazy stuff. But we have some more crazy information, more stuff that's going on here that's being called by the NBC News. Yes, I know they're a very great news organization. They should be trusted at all costs. But here's what they got to say. A network of public interest groups and lawmakers, nervous about former President Trump's potential return to power, is quietly devising plans to foil any effort on his part to pressure the U.S. military to carry out his political agenda. Oh, all right. So, I'm really confused about this, right? So, what you're saying is that there is the Democrats are devising plans or to start a coup. So they can prevent a Trump from going in. That's really weird because why is it okay for you guys to do it but not Trump? See, it's really weird on the way you guys are saying this. It's really odd. We're gonna go further into this. We have fears grow that Trump will use the military in dictatorial ways if he returns to the White House. Donald Trump is sparking fears among those who understand the inner workings of the Pentagon that he would convert the nonpartisan U.S. military into the muscular arm of his political agenda, as he makes comments about dictatorship and devalues the checks and balances that underpin the nation's 2-century-old democracy. Well, it's not really a democracy when you are trying to remove him from the ballot and you're trying to put in Democrat Nikki Haley up on the board there and all that great jazz. And considering he pretty much smashed Iowa in great fashion, landslide even, it doesn't seem like they're gonna have very much of a chance. So, what are you gonna do? Kill him? That's one thing one of my family members have said, that killing him might be one of the fears that's gonna happen, because she keeps on thinking that, well, they may actually kill him because he's actually winning and all that stuff. And I wouldn't be put it too far behind the Democrats to do this. And if Trump does die, this is going to be a very, very good reason onto maybe why Trump died. And perhaps we shouldn't be keeping these evil people in office. A circle of appointees independent of Trump's political operation steered him away from ideas that would have pushed the limits of presidential power in his last term. According to the books they've written and testimony given to Progress, most were gone by the end. In the new term, many former officials worry that Trump would instead surround himself with loyalists unwilling to say no. Trump has raised fresh questions about his intentions if he regains power by putting forward a legal theory that a president would be free to do nearly anything with impunity, including assassinate political rivals, so long as Congress can't muster the votes to impeach him and throw him out of office. It's really funny that you think he was going to do that, but I think you're talking about yourselves, Democrats, but I could be wrong. Now bracing for Trump's potential return, a loose-knit network of public interest groups and lawmakers is quietly devising plans to try to foil any efforts to expand presidential power, which could include pressuring the military to cater to his political needs. Those taking part in the effort told NBC News that they are studying Trump's past actions and 2024 policy positions so that they will be ready if he wins in November. That involves preparing to take legal action and send letters to Trump appointees spelling out consequences they face if they undermine constitutional norms. So let me spell this out for you guys that you may not understand. That essentially they're saying is that if he takes office, we will start a military coup, or we start a coup of some sort of that, and go against the wishes of the American people. This is where they're going now, because they can't seem to win any normal way. So now they're going to take it to starting a coup, doing things illegally, and all that other crazy stuff. The Democrats are really, really spelling it out here, like they're like this is going to happen, and we want to really understand here on what's really going on. If they're saying this out loud, how is this supposed to look? You guys look good, because you were saying that Trump and the MAGA people were these dictator people, these fascist people, these people that are going to ruin the country, and they're not holding democracy. Yet you guys are pretty much saying that we're going to start a coup, and any of that when Trump reaches into presidency, we're gonna do our very best to stop him. What do you think that is here? Who's in a democracy here? Is it Trump that's just running for office and just trying to win, or a party that is consistently trying to, and some of the Republicans as well, consistently trying to remove Trump from the position here? We're already starting to put together a team to think through the most damaging types of things that Trump might do, so that we're all ready to bring lawsuits if we have to, said Mary McCord, executive director of the Institution for Constitutional Advocacy and Protection at Georgetown Law. Part of the aim is to identify like-minded organizations and create a coalition to challenge Trump from day one. Those taking part in the discussion said some participants are combing through policy papers being crafted for a future conservative administration. They're also watching the interviews that Trump allies are giving to the press for clues to how a Trump sequel would look. Other participants include Democracy Forward, an organization that took the Trump administration to court more than 100 times during his administration, and Protect Democracy, an anti-authoritarian group. I find it hilarious they're saying that they're anti-authoritarian when they're literally doing authoritarian things, right? They're literally doing the things that they're talking about. And Protect Democracy, which is also hilarious because they're the ones that are not protecting democracy. It's literally quite hilarious, quite honestly. We are preparing for litigation and preparing to use every tool in the toolbox that our democracy provides to provide the American people an ability to fight back, says Sky Perryman, president of Democracy Forward. We believe this is an essential moment for American democracy, and it's incumbent on everybody to do their part. America's commander-in-chief has vast powers at his disposal, some well-known, others not so much. Some lawmakers and pro-democracy advocates worry there may be nothing to stopping a president from mobilizing the military to intervene in elections, police American streets, or quash domestic protests. So something that you guys are probably thinking of doing, because you are out loud saying you're planning to remove Trump from presidency by doing anything that's necessary, like with lawsuits and stuff like that. So what's going on here exactly? Wary of Trump's staying power, he is running about even with the President Joe Biden in the polls. That's a lie, but nice try. Democratic lawmakers already known to be adversarial to Trump are working on a parallel track. Among the least understood tools available to a president is the Insurrection Act. Vaguely worded, it gives a president considerable discretion in deciding what constitutes an uprising and when it is okay to deploy active duty military in response, experts say. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure Fani Willis, the one person that we're talking about here, is also, possibly one of the people that is being exposed for corruption and doing things illegally in the court, and having her significant other that was clapping cheeks, by the way, with some other guy, was hiring this person to do it even though he was not legally able to do so. So I really am curious on what you guys have to say for this, considering it's almost like everything that you're saying that Trump is doing is what you guys are doing. Some lawmakers on Capitol Hill worry that Trump might invoke the act to involve the armed forces in the face of domestic protests or if the midterm elections don't go his way. Since how can he enact a domestic protest or do anything or involve armed forces, especially specifically the armed forces part, if he's not even president? If he's not president, he has access or the power to do armed forces. What are you guys talking about here? Senator Richard Blumenthal, Connecticut, is crafting a bill that would clarify the act and give Congress and the courts some say in its use. Its chances of passage are slim, given that Republicans control the House and are largely loyal to Trump. That's debatable. There is a handful of Republicans loyal to Trump, the others not so much. There are an array of horrors that could result from Donald Trump's unrestricted use of the Insurrection Act, Blumenthal said in an interview. A minority president could use it in a vast variety of territorial ways, unless at some point the military itself resisted what they deemed to be an unlawful order. But that places a very heavy burden on the military. Trump's vow to seek retribution on behalf of those he says would have been wronged and betrayed has sparked fears that he would use presidential powers more broadly as a cudgel against political foes. Compounding the anxiety, he remarked at the Fox News town hall last month that he would be a dictator, though only on his first day in office for the purpose of closing the border and drilling for oil. He later posted on his social media that site that he had made that remark in a joking manner. More recently, Trump told a Fox News town hall in Iowa that I'm not going to have time for retribution. Detractors aren't buying it. Again, a lot of you guys are upset or angered or what have you from jokes. You guys don't really know how to handle or take jokes, and that's just kind of showing what your whole movement is, really. So I don't see that. And honestly, I would, in brutal honesty, I'd rather have a dictatorship under Trump than under Biden, because at least under the dictator of Trump, we may have some freedoms and other stuff that may awry, and maybe some other mess up stuff too that he would actually enact. But with the dictatorship with Biden, which we're under right now, is not boding very well for Americans in general. He's a clear and present danger to our democracy, said William Cohen, a former Republican senator from Maine and defense secretary in the Clinton administration who is not involved in the Not Loose network. His support is solid, and I don't think people understand what living in a dictatorship would mean. Well, we're living in a semi-dictatorship, no, because we have Biden, and everything that you guys are doing are trying to thwart and get away from Donald Trump. So I don't really see we kind of already live in one. And I honestly believe you guys will go way further on your dictatorship if you win in 2024. Mark my words, I guarantee it. The same lessons Lincoln learned. Trump's legal offers new insights into his vision of a presidency that has shedded restraints. Not even bribery or murder could land a president in jail so long as Congress didn't first impeach and convict him under a legal theory his lawyers advanced in a federal appeals court hearing Tuesday. Well, here's the thing. If you guys were talking about, particularly with, if he actually was doing these things illegally, but unfortunately for you guys, a lot of you guys are doing this politically. It's a political attack, and you're also being caught, at least fair willists, doing things that are against the law, and it makes the case need to be disbarred. So I don't really know what we're seeing here, because it's kind of insane to me, honestly, because that's just something that I'm seeing what your side is doing. Now, I see also some Republicans wanting to do similar things, Nikki Haley being one of them, and I don't like her at all. So I don't know where you guys are getting this from, but the insanity is really going far here, and I think it's hilarious on how you guys are saying you're going to be part of a coup. You're planning something of the matter, and you possibly want to use military action. So that's just fantastic. And I see you guys really exposing yourselves here. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, share, as always, take care.
I'm discussing about what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, because it's algorithmic disease, the social media.